Hey guys, so one of the things about my channel is that I want to learn how to fish by going out there and doing it and trying it. And one thing that I've never done in the field of fishing is catch a carp. So bass and bluegill and stripers and smallmouth and largemouth bass, I think those are the only species that I've caught. I've not caught catfish or carp. But anyway, I'm out here. I've got some bread, and I'm filming this on my phone just to test and see how that works. But I'm gonna try and see if there's a carp in here. Usually there's a few carp in here. The water clarity is not very good, but I'm gonna do something called chumming the water. So I'll show you what I mean. So because carp are a more cautious fish, they aren't as trustworthy of random things being on the water, so you have to do something called chum the water, which is basically take a bunch of pieces of whatever lure or bait that you're using and throw it in piece by piece, and if they're in there, eventually they'll hit one of them, and then if that time comes, I can put a piece of bread on my hook and try to hook one, and that's chumming basically. I don't know if there's actually any carp in here, so I might just be wasting this bread. But it is, I think I paid 99 cents for this loaf, so. Yeah, there's definitely a carp over there. So I'm gonna start trying to see if I can throw my bread a little bit farther. Alright, I'm down to like half a bag, and the whole top of the water is basically covered with bread, and I haven't seen any bites from carp, so either they're not here right now or they're not eating. So I think I'm just gonna go further down there and try to fish for bass maybe, and then I'll come back a little bit later and see if there's any more action from the carp over here. I have seen quite a few turtles, so I don't know if you can actually. There's a turtle right there in the middle of the screen. I can see 2 or 3 little bass in this little water clearing. I don't know if you guys can really see them, but they're in there. Wow guys, I just pulled this guy out. So I've been fishing for a long time, like an hour or two, and haven't caught anything. And I caught him on a watermelon colored with watermelon red baby brush hog, and as soon as I pulled him out, there's like a little non-weeded area right here, and as soon as I pulled him out, there was like 20 other bass the same exact size as this, all in the same area. So I kind of wonder if I like came upon like a little area that they're all like schooling in, or I don't know if they have like a nest nearby here, but either way, I'm thankful for this guy, because I've been fishing for a long time, haven't caught anything. So I'm gonna put him back now, and thank you for your time in my hand. I actually thought he was a bluegill at first because he's about that size, but yeah, we'll put him in now. Alright, I'm gonna cast into that same area and see if I can catch another one. Okay, I see a couple little guys over there, so I'm gonna try to cast near them. Alright, so sorry you keep missing the action of catching, but I actually caught a decent sized one now. And I don't know, he might be like a pound. And honestly, like I pulled him up over the shore and there was a bunch of sticks and weeds and stuff that I had to pull him over. So the whole time I was basically just begging, I hope I don't get him tangled up and then he'll be even more hurt. So yeah, he might be maybe 15, 16 inches long. And I'm gonna put him back. Buddy. Kind of hard for me to get closer to the water without falling in, so that'll have to do. I'm basically sight fishing. So what that means is, obviously if you see them with your sight in the water, then you just cast right near him. And he bit like immediately. There was actually 2 of them right next to each other, and one of them swam away and he bit, but I didn't notice it until I pulled up to see if I had anything on there. So yeah, that was a pretty satisfying catch. I'm gonna see if I can catch 1 or 2 more before I have to head out. This is a big old turtle. Oops, dropped you. All right, so I got a bite on my watermelon trickworm, and I felt that it felt really heavy on the end, and I could feel that it was fighting, so I was like, man, this thing's got to be pretty big. Well, it's bass inside a giant thing of weeds. So let's see what he actually looks like. I'm gonna put you down for a second while I figure out this situation here. All right, buddy. All right. There he is. So, he's definitely interesting shaped. He's got a little hump. He's like the Hunchback of Notre Dame or whatever, fish version. So yeah, that's weird. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna put this little guy back in. All right guys, so I'm ending up heading home now. I caught 3 bass, I think, and I mean, that was very satisfying. I really felt like I knew what I was doing because it actually worked. Like, I actually went out and used small strategies that I've known about or I've tried before and used like successfully on occasion. But yeah, I mean, I caught 3 bass today, 2 of them sight fishing, and 1 of them was I just was casting over some weeds to different points next to plants and stuff that I thought there might be a bass at, and then I felt it, and that was the one with the huge weed that was stuck on it. So yeah, it was a fun day fishing. Obviously I originally went out to catch carp, and that didn't happen, so maybe I'll have to come back after it rained or during gentle rain, because I think the carp are out at that point, because they tend to pick things off the surface, and if it's raining, a lot of times maybe little like plants and things will fall and land on the surface of the water, and so that's when I've seen carp in the past, at least. So hopefully that's the case. I'll have to research it a little bit more and either come back here or go somewhere else and figure out how I can pull in a carp for a future video. So if you guys have been watching me, I want to thank you. If you want to subscribe, that's awesome. If you've already subscribed and you've been following for some time, I really appreciate it, and I just want to say thank you. And I really do appreciate it because it makes me feel like there's a little bit more purpose in me making videos if someone actually is enjoying them. And if you do enjoy them, please give me a thumbs up or a comment, and I'll respond to your comments so long as they're not spam. If they are spam, I might respond to them, but most of the time I might not. So I mean, if you want to spam, go ahead, but do it at your own risk. No promises. If you don't want to spam and you just want to comment and say, hey, this was cool, or hey, you could do this better, or hey, here's a tip, that would be great, because I'm trying to learn how to fish better. And if you know certain things that I don't know, then I would love to know those things. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and if you're interested, you can hit the little bell button next to the subscribe button, and that'll notify you every time I upload a video, so that way you'll be even more in the know as to when videos are released. And I'm trying to get out 2 videos a week at least, and I have done that successfully so far. So thank you very much. I'll catch you guys in the next video.